Hey guys, welcome to a new year and welcome back to my channel. I just thought I'd kick off 2025 with a weekly vlog because that's my favourite thing to film and I think it's your favourite thing to watch. So I thought I'd start by sharing my journal for the year. So it's not actually a new journal, this is a journal that I've had since I think 2021, and I originally had it as a life journal but I didn't really do too much with it that year just because it was a lot of printing things out and it was just a lot of work for each spread, so it wasn't something easy to like commit to. Last year I started getting into journaling again in the autumn. I ended up using it kind of as a weekly planner but also as a journal where I could write all my thoughts and feelings, which in the end I realized wasn't really a good combination because if I ever wanted to like show someone or like get it out in public and like see what I was doing this week, I would instantly open to a page where I was just talking about my innermost thoughts, and yeah, they just didn't really go together, so I ended up getting a whole separate journal for that purpose. Everything else I'm kind of leaving behind with this journal and I'm going to be exclusively using this journal for books. Okay, so this is my 2025 kind of title page. I've also got a bingo board here. This is not actually like specific to reading goals, it's more just like what I kind of want to do this year. To be honest with you, a lot of them are just like cute and silly, like swimming in the sea and girls trip, that kind of thing. I want to say these are a mixture of like more serious and more fun goals, but there are a few reading ones. So I want to get my physical TBR under 100. That is a massive goal of mine this year. I also want to obviously complete my Goodreads goal, which is 50 books. Anyway, so that's it for that page. It's like super simple. Every spread in this is really straightforward. I don't have a printer anymore. I just rely on my kind of fine liner pens, brush pens and my stamps mostly, and a little bit of washi tape in some of the spreads. On this first spread we've got my book tracker, so this is how many books I read in the year, and I'm going to colour them in depending on how many stars I give them. It's nothing groundbreaking, I feel like everyone does this, but I did put 66 books, not because that's my goal, but I had the space for 66, so that's why that number's there. And then this is my best of the year, like best books of the year. This just tracks my favorite books every single month and then each quarter, and then after that we've got this semi-finals, the final and the winner in this bracket. And then this next spread is one that I started last year and it's my book log, how many stars I gave it, when I started and when I finished. Very straightforward. I feel like everybody can do this. And then these are some fun reading challenges. So I've got my prompt reading challenge and my A to Z reading challenge, and these I took inspiration from Sarah Crowley for. So these are a lot of her prompts that she used last year. This is honestly like the most just for fun spreads. They're not like tracking anything really. On the A to Z side I'm just going to fill out when a book starts with that letter once I've read it. So yeah, really straightforward. And then this spread is one of my favorites. So we've got my 25 for 2025 and my 5-star predictions as well. So these are all the books that I am so excited to read, hence why it's one of my favorite pages. But yeah, these are all the books that I really want to read this year. And then these are my current 5-star predictions, and I've left a couple of spaces free at the bottom. So this is kind of like a wrap-up spread. So we've got my reading wrapped, which is like a play on like the Spotify Wrapped. It's just got like a bunch of stats that I can fill in, including how many 5 stars I gave and total pages in the year, that kind of thing. And then over here is more like of an in-depth view of kind of similar stats, and I break it down into each month, and I'm basically going to fill in each box, and also how many books that I hold, and then also the status of my physical TBR, because I really want to keep a track of how many books are on my physical TBR throughout the year and like how that changes. Hopefully it goes down. I can't remember whose YouTube channel I saw this on. I'll pop the name on screen because I think their videos are so fantastic. It basically figures out what your top 10 books are in order, which I always struggle with. So you have to like work out for yourself what your top 10 are of the year. I'm just going to do that by how many 5 stars I had, and then if any left over then like what my 4.5 stars are, that kind of thing. Each one of those will go head to head, and then you'll figure out here how many times they were victorious basically, and that should rank it depending on how many battles they win, and then I'll just fill that out down here, which is so fun. I love the idea of this. And then this is just a simple series tracker. So I've basically put in the series that I am currently reading or like top priority for me. So it's just a really easy way to keep a track of like where I'm at in each of my series that I'm trying to get through, and hopefully I will finish some of these this year. I definitely want to. I think that's one of my goals. I feel like this is my baby. Like this I spent so much time on, and I hope that it pays off because it all depends on how many of these I read this year, and I just know it's going to be impossible to read every single one. But essentially this is all the books in the Hercule Poirot series by Agatha Christie. There are 37 of these. There are a couple of other ones but I didn't include them if they were written by other people like Sophie Hannah. I think there are 3 or 4 short story collections as well that I have included. Every time I finish one of these books, I'm going to put the date that I read it, like completed it, and fill in the star ratings. So yeah, again, really straightforward, and I just did some doodles that remind me of Poirot. Moving on to my unread library, this is a little bit different to how a lot of people use bookshelves in their reading journals. So usually people will leave this blank and fill it in with the books they read throughout the year, but I really wanted to make it a priority to get through my unread books on my shelves, like the ones that I own currently. Whether I unhaul it or read it, I'm going to colour these in as I go. But like I said earlier, my goal is to get my unread TBR down to 100 books, and currently I think I've got 166, so I need to do a lot of reading and hopefully some unhauling as well to get to that number. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I will keep you guys updated throughout the year. And then here is the start of my monthly spread. So those are all the yearly spreads that I've done. I just did a January title page. I found the inspiration on Pinterest. I love how this turned out. I think it's so cute and preppy. And then I've included a monthly calendar. I'm going to highlight the dates that I read each book. This blue line so far is for The Mysterious Affair at Styles, which I'm currently reading. I will continue that line until I finish that book. But yeah, I just think it's a really cool visual representation of the books you read and like how long it takes you to read each one. I will definitely show you guys once I finish so you can get an idea of what I mean, because you can't really tell with this what I'm doing yet. But anyway, at the bottom I've left some space for some monthly stats, and I don't know what I'm going to track per month, but again, I will keep you guys updated. And then after the kind of monthly calendar and stats, I'm going to include reviews of every single book that I read in the year. I've already made a space for The Mysterious Affair at Styles because I know this is going to be the first book that I finish. I haven't done this before, and I think this is what I seriously need to make my content better. But yeah, that's literally it. The next pages will be for more reviews and more monthly spreads. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and feel free to take inspiration from any of these. Most of them aren't original ideas from me or anything, but I did make them like really simple to copy, so yeah. But yeah, that's all the pages that I've set up for my 2025 reading journal. I'm really excited. I'm so excited for this reading year, although I haven't finished a book yet. We're only a couple of days into the year, so I need to give myself a break. But yeah, I do want to finish a book soon and like start the year off really well. So at the moment I am just finishing up Beartown by Frederick Backman, which I have been reading forever. I know it's so annoying that I keep mentioning it. It's just because I was so sick over Christmas that you'd think I'd want to read more, but I did find it more difficult to just sit down and read. I was also spending so much time with family and friends that I didn't really have much time. So yeah, that's why that wasn't finished. But I am super excited because I also started The Mysterious Affair at Styles, I think it's called, the first Poirot. I think I'm a third of the way through that one already. It's just so fun to see the source material. Like, I've pretty much watched every single David Suchet film of Poirot. It's just really fun to see it all told from Hastings' point of view. I know that like a lot of them aren't from his point of view, but there are a number of them that are, and I just find it so much fun. Like, I love Hastings. He's such a good character because he's kind of like us discovering the mystery and witnessing Poirot's brilliance. If it was from Poirot's point of view, like the detective's point of view, I don't think it would be as fun because we wouldn't have that same like suspense that we do as a bystander. It's just such a good dynamic between those two. I really do love them. But yeah, this one specifically is like super classic murder mystery at a manor house. The rich lady dies. It looks like an accident, but then obviously it's much more sinister, and it's probably not going to be everything that it seems. I think the last time I watched the adaptation of this particular one was 2 years ago, so I can't really remember the ins and outs of it. I really can't remember the solution and like who murdered her. I do have like a mental image of all the characters in my head, which is good, but yeah, I can't for the life of me actually remember what happens. So I'm super happy that that's the case, because I just know that for so many of these books I'm already gonna know the answer, and I think that will make it less enjoyable. I think that's it from me for the start of this vlog. I need to do a beginning of the year kind of clean. I haven't taken my Christmas decorations down, so I really want to do that, because if I look at them any longer I'm gonna cry. So yeah, I'm so excited for us to start the year together, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Good morning everyone. It is a couple of days later and I finished my first book of 2025, The Mysterious Affair at Styles by Agatha Christie, and I gave it 3 stars. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the dynamic between Hastings and Poirot the most, and I forgot to mention at the beginning of this vlog that I actually named a hamster of mine when I was quite a bit younger after Arthur Hastings, the character from Poirot, which just goes to show how much I loved those movies growing up. Hastings was the best hamster that I had. He was so sweet and he would let me hold him. He'd never bite me. He was such a good hamster. I love Hastings. R.I.P. Hastings. But anyway, yeah, that was a solid book to start off the new year. Obviously it wasn't a 4 or 5 stars, but I think I'm just not really one to gel with Agatha Christie's writing, to be honest. I experienced that last time. She also used a really bad word, and I really hope that she fixes up and that doesn't happen again. Overall, the reason I gave it 3 stars and not 4 stars was just because the actual solution to the murder was like not super satisfying for me. It didn't really do it for me. I think it was clever how like Poirot, looking back at like quotes that I highlighted, Poirot did actually like tell us what the solution would be, which is so interesting, but I obviously didn't see that at the time because I just didn't accept that that could be it. But when we found out that that was it, it was like satisfying in some ways because it's like, oh okay, I see what you did there. But then also it was a bit boring. I didn't really understand one of the motives. So yeah, that's why I gave it 3 stars. I'm 100% sure there will be better mysteries within the series. So yeah, I'm holding out 4 and 5 stars for when I get to those. I just thought that we would journal some of my basically goals and intentions for 2025. That is why I've got my tripod on my bed. In November, I was writing in it every single day. In December, I only did 3 entries throughout the entire month because I felt like I was really busy, but also I was having such a great time. And I feel like one of the goals that I want to set is actually just journaling whatever mood I'm in, because I think before I was in a really dark place in November and I ended up associating my journal with feeling sad and kind of venting. So when I'm actually a little bit happier and things are going a bit better in my life, I just tend to not really acknowledge the feelings that might still be there, which I think is an issue. But no worries, we're gonna get back to it in January. So I've already popped in the date. 2025 written down is scary. Just got a message to make some weekend plans. I'm so excited. Hopefully I can take you guys with us. I think we're gonna go to like a farmer's market tomorrow and it should be sunny and crisp, which is my favorite winter weather. Now a really big one for me. I have been living alone since September, but that is going to change in the span of a few days. So I really want to set the intention to carry on focusing on myself and bettering myself, even though I won't be alone all the time anymore. So yeah, living alone, although it was like really difficult and lonely at times, it kind of just allowed me, or like forced me to sit with myself, just figure out what I wanted and kind of what would be good for me. And I think I established a good routine for a while, but Christmas kind of interrupted that a little bit, so we need to get back to that. I really want to have a proper sleep routine, morning and night routine, because I know in the past when I've done that, like I functioned so much better and I'm just like happier in general. My mood's always better. I kind of just want to focus on me, my independence, just doing things by myself. I think that is so important for me. Just being real. I really haven't been that independent before. I've always relied on relationships and family and all of that, which is fine to a certain extent, but I kind of feel like I need to just be a bit more like my own person, a bit more of an adult, but also not going too far in the opposite direction where I'm like not talking to people and not accepting help from people, because I've also done that more recently and neither is good, to be honest. I really want to get back into fitness. That's like a really top priority for me. Last year I'm so proud of my fitness journey because I started running in late summer of 2023. It wasn't that I like kept up running consistently, but I just realized how important exercise is for my mental well-being. It really helps me. That being said, I've never stepped in a gym this whole time. I literally have weights at home. I have a yoga mat at home. I've started yoga again yesterday, which is really exciting. I also started spin classes last year, which I haven't kept up with just because they are so expensive, but it made me so happy that it's definitely worth it. So that is going to be one thing I note down. Even if I can't do that yet, I do definitely want to, when I have the means, start that up again later in the year. So my third intention is going to be to do with just fitness and well-being. I know it's super cliche to have that as like a New Year's resolution, but I do think it's an important one for me. It just makes me feel better about myself and just clears my mind, and honestly there's no downside. Okay, let's wrap this up quite quickly because the rest of the goals are kind of a bit smaller. Like I said, I want to establish a healthy sleep, morning and night routine, reduce my screen time, especially social media and games, because I've been using those to distract myself so much recently. If I'm being honest with myself, I could do better with the scrolling. So yeah, that was definitely something that I want to work on this year. Like every year, honestly, I want to review every single book I read, like in writing, in my reading journal. I feel like that's definitely doable for me. It's literally half a page per review. Honestly, I could write more on some books if I want to, so I feel like that could be easily done, and if I don't do it, I'm gonna be really mad at myself because it's gonna definitely help me in future with like wrap-ups and yearly wrap-ups, top 10 books of the year, that kind of thing. But yeah, that's it for writing all my intentions and goals. I'm super aware that this is still very naked and boring and bland, so I have ordered some stickers off Etsy and they should be arriving in the next couple of days, like if not today. So I will definitely film myself decking this out with stickers. I've got a parcel that I need to drop off, so we will be heading out very shortly. I also want to do some yoga today. Lots to do this morning. I did a massive clean of the flat the other day, like a really deep clean. It was so satisfying. Got rid of all my Christmas decorations. It was incredible. I really fancy picking up a fantasy, so I think I'm going to start physically reading Lightlark this evening. I don't know why I'm so excited for this book. I have high hopes for it. I don't have high expectations for the writing or for the plot or anything. I just have high hopes for enjoyment. Anyway, I'm going to get on with my day. This was such a nice way to start the morning. It's really cold today. It was -5 when we woke up, and we're off to Barnes Market, which apparently is my favourite place to go in vlogs. But yeah, I'm gonna take you guys with me. Good morning everyone, I am here with my coffee and we're going to round up this January reset vlog. Update on one of my goals. I have gotten into a really good morning, evening and sleep routine. I am so proud of myself. So this morning I woke up before 8 AM, before my alarm even went off. It seems to be working. I've tricked my body finally into having a body clock. So yeah, hopefully I can continue waking up early. And the next thing I need to tackle is not going on my phone straight away, which I'm still guilty of. That will be my next priority. I thought I'd share with you guys the result of my finished journal. I feel like people aren't gonna like it because it's not completely covered. I guess please let me know your opinion and whether I should cover up these corners because I really debated on it. It's so cute. I especially love this little cat. I don't know what he's doing, but he seems chill. I'm hoping that decking out this journal is gonna encourage me to just write more in it, like pick it up randomly and write in it. We will see. Something that I actually forgot to film and show you guys was that I created a new wallpaper for my laptop for January specifically. So in December I did a whole like collage wallpaper situation for kind of Christmas and Bookmas. I decided that I'm going to do it at the start of every single month. It's more like a mood board, it's not like goals or anything like that, but yeah, just the vibe that I want to encapsulate for the month to come. So I'm going to pop it on screen. I love it. It brings me so much peace. Every time I open my laptop it makes me happy, so it's kind of achieved its main goal. But yeah, I so encourage you guys to make your own wallpapers because it's so easy. I just did it in Canva and I got all the pictures from Pinterest. And then my last reading update before we end the vlog, I have started Lightlark by Alec Astor and I am loving this more than I thought I would. I'm only 20 pages in, like, which is only a couple chapters I think. Yeah, I've just got to the start of chapter 3 and it's so fast paced. We've already got who I suspect might be a little bit of a love interest for our main character and I am just lapping it up. I have a really good feeling about this book and hopefully the series. But yeah, I'm going to make sure that I document this in my next vlog, reading the whole thing within the vlog and reviewing it and everything, giving all my thoughts. So yeah, I'm really excited for this coming week. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this one. It was mainly for me and like holding myself accountable for getting myself sorted for the start of the year. I feel like this vlog makes it look like I got everything done and dusted in the first couple of days, but I really didn't. I feel like this year in particular was a super slow start, but this vlog just encouraged me to like get some stuff done, get some stuff ticked off. I do feel really refreshed and ready this week to just get into like more reading and actually start living instead of just prepping. So that's it from me. I hope you guys are having the best day and I will see you with another video very, very soon. Bye!